Welcome to BioNerd. I'm going to discuss NUMS 2022 biology paper. So here's the question number 1. Which organelle would be more abundant in the secretory cell than non-secretory cell? Now listen. All the secretions of cells are modified by Golgi complex and then packed into the vesicles, and those vesicles are secreted out of the cell. So it means in the secretory cell, Golgi complex will be more abundant as compared to in the non-secretory cell. So here the right option will be Golgi complex. Question number 2. The structure which disappeared during the cell division. You know very well, during cell division, nucleus disappeared during the very first phase, that is prophase. So the right answer will be nucleus. Question number 3. The enzyme ATP synthase is located on the membrane of organelle. ATP synthase, you know very well, F1 and FO particles, they are also known as ATP synthase, and they are located in the inner membrane of mitochondria. So it means the right answer will be mitochondria. Question number 4. Dash are spherical sacs surrounded by a single membrane and containing hydrolytic enzyme. You know very well that hydrolytic enzymes are present inside the lysosome, and lysosome perform hydrolysis. So here the right option will be lysosome Charlie. Question number 5. Except during nuclear division, the nucleus has the chromosome in a loosely coiled state known as. You know very well, in the non-dividing cell, DNA is present in the form of a thread-like structure, and that thread-like structure is known as chromatin. But when cells start to divide during prophase, chromatin material condense to form chromosome. So here the delta will be right option. Question number 6. Within the nucleus, dash are made by the nucleolus. You know that nucleolus is known as the factory of ribosomes. So ribosomes are synthesized inside the nucleolus. If you are looking for the messenger RNA, so messenger RNA is synthesized in the nucleoplasm, not inside the nucleolus. So messenger RNA will not be the right option. And protein and enzymes are synthesized in cytoplasm. Question number 7. Which of the following is correct for the cell wall? Very easy. Cell wall is freely permeable because it contains pores in it. Okay? Freely permeable. Semi-permeable and differentially permeable, these two terms are used for the cell membrane. Question number 8. Why it is said that plasma membrane is asymmetrical? Asymmetrical means the two halves of cell membrane or plasma membrane are not identical to each other. Why? Because towards the outer surface of plasma membrane, glycoproteins are present, you know very well, and glycolipids are present, but they are not present towards the inside. Okay. Number 2, you know very well, the proteins which act as receptors, they are also present towards the outside of the membrane. They are not present inside the membrane. And the third more, the phospholipids present in the outer layer are different than the phospholipids present inside. Okay, so it means the outer half of plasma membrane and the inner half of plasma membrane are not identical to each other. That's why we call it asymmetrical. So the Charlie will be right option here. Question number 9. Cell membrane also contain, same MCQ was also asked in the NUMS 2023 paper. So charged pores will be the right option. As here you can see, it is the exact line of Punjab textbook. Cell membrane also contain charged pores. Here is the charged pores through which movement of material takes place both by active and passive transport. So here the right answer will be charged pores. Question number 10, the part of plasma membrane control the fluidity of membrane, obviously lipids. In the National Book Foundation, it has been written that all types of lipids, either the phospholipids or the cholesterol or the glycolipids, all types of lipids are involved in controlling the fluidity of plasma membrane. So the right option will be Charlie. Question number 11, a group of ribosome attached to messenger RNA. Very good. Two ribosomal subunits attach with each other with the help of magnesium ions. And these two subunits of ribosome always attach at the time of translation. When they attach across the messenger RNA. Here is the larger ribosomal subunit, here is the smaller ribosomal subunit. So these two subunits attach with each other in the presence of magnesium ions. Question number 12, an automatic involuntary response to any change, external or internal, is called. So here the right option will be reflex. If you are thinking about the instinct, so instinct will not be the right option. Instinct is by birth and it is long lasting, but reflex is an immediate automatic involuntary response into a particle in the result of a particular stimulus. So reflex will be the more better option. Question number 13, resting membrane potential measures, everyone knows, no need of explanation. Alpha minus 70 millivolt will be the right option. Okay. Touch receptors are Misner corpuscles receive the stimulus of touch, while if we talk about Pacinian corpuscle, they receive the stimulus of pressure. Olfactory receptors are present in our nasal cavity and they are the type of chemoreceptor, and nociceptor receive the sensation of pain. Question number 15, which one is not a function of large intestine? Okay, listen. Absorption of electrolyte, yes, it is the function of large intestine. Absorption of water, yes, it is also the function of large intestine. Production of vitamin, you know very well, symbiotic bacteria are present there and they are responsible for the production of vitamin. So it is also the function of large intestine. But if we talk about delta, absorption of amino acid, it takes place in small intestine, you know very well. Okay. It is not the function of large intestine, so delta will be the right option. Question number 16, the following part is common in both the digestive system and respiratory system. Pharynx. You know very well, pharynx has three parts. One is the nasopharynx, that is in link with the nasal cavity. Second part is the oropharynx, that is in linked with the oral cavity. And third part is laryngopharynx, that is in linked with the larynx. It means pharynx is the part of both systems, digestive system as well as respiratory system. 17, heartbeat is normally regulated by, you know very well, these four are the components of conduction system. Here is the sinoatrial node, here is the AV node, you can see, and here is the bundle of His, and here is the right branch of bundle His, this one is the left branch of bundle of His, and these branches are known as Purkinje fiber. So first of all, SA node has ability to generate the nerve impulse, and then nerve impulse is transmitted to all other parts. So heartbeat is normally regulated by, the answer must be sinoatrial node. Question number 18, the method which helps in developing immunity against bacteria. Simple, vaccination. Vaccination is a type of preventive measure in which weak germs or dead germs are injected into the body to develop immunity. Okay. And if we talk about the other option, radiotherapy is a treatment, chemotherapy is a treatment, antibiotic is a treatment. So it does not develop immunity. Okay. 19, normal gestation period in human is about the days 270 to 280 days. That is the normal gestation period, you know very well. Question number 20, during the menstrual cycle, after the female gamete is released from the ovaries ovulation, the remains of the follicle secrete. You know very well, after ovulation, the ruptured follicle converts into corpus luteum, and corpus luteum secrete progesterone alpha. 21. In the male reproductive system, the hormone involved in the regulation of rate of spermatogenesis is called. Listen here. Testosterone will not be the right option. Testosterone enhance the process of spermatogenesis, but inhibin control the process of spermatogenesis. When the required amount of sperms are produced, then inhibin hormone inhibit the process of spermatogenesis, so it regulates the normal number of sperms production. Okay, and inhibin is secreted by which type of cells? Sertoli cells. Okay. 22. Cervix is the part of uterus. Very easy. The narrow opening of uterus which opens into vagina is known as cervix. 23. Which of the following is most abundant in human body? He is talking about cartilage. So hyaline cartilage is most abundant type of cartilage in human body. Which of the following is an example of a joint called suture? You know very well, suture is a type of joint which is found between the bones of skull, and it is a type of fibrous joint. So here the right option will be skull bone. 25. Which event does not occur during muscle contraction? During muscle contraction, you know very well, I band shorten. Yes. Age zone disappear. Yes. Z lines come closer to each other. Yes, but the length of A band remains same. So A band shorten, it is not related to the muscle contraction. So beta is the right option. 26. Smooth muscles are long and spindle shaped with nucleus. Simple, very easy, one per cell. Smooth muscle contain one nucleus per cell. Cardiac muscle contain one nucleus per cell, but skeletal muscle is multinucleated. 27. Blood group which is known as universal donor, delta O negative. Why O negative is considered as universal donor? Because O negative does not contain any type of antigen. It lacks A antigen, it lacks B antigen, it lacks Rh antigen. So the donation of O negative blood will not activate the immune system of recipient. So we can donate O negative to any person. That's why it is considered as universal donor. 28. Which can be considered as living characteristic of virus? It can be crystallized. It is non-living character. Non-cellular respiration, it is the non-living character. Lack biosynthetic machinery, it is the non-living character. But it contains genome and which also undergo mutation, that is the living character. Charlie. 29. A group of organisms with similar morphology and physiology which can breed together to produce fertile offspring is called, very easy, it is the definition of species. A group of organisms which can interbreed with each other and produce fertile offspring, that group is known as species. 30. Oxygen is available. The complete breakdown of glucose produces dash ATP molecules in prokaryotes. Now you are looking for two options. Either the answer will be 38 or either the answer will be 40. So what is the right option? Listen carefully. He is talking about how many ATP molecules are produced. You know very well, 40 total ATP are produced and 2 ATP are used. Okay, so the net ATP will be 38, but he's not asking about the net ATP. He's just asking that how many ATP are produced. So simple, 40 ATP are produced, so the answer will be delta. Delta will be the more accurate option. If he asks what is the net production of ATP, then answer will be 38. Okay. 31. What are the products of light dependent reactions of photosynthesis? Simple. During light reaction, you know very well, photolysis take place. H2O. H2O is broken down into two protons 2 electrons and half oxygen molecule. Okay, now this H positive is used to produce NADPH, and these electrons are used by electron transport chain to produce ATP via chemiosmosis, and oxygen is released into the atmosphere. So these three products of light dependent reactions, NADPH, ATP and oxygen. So what will be the right option here? The right option will be beta, ATP, oxygen and reduced NADP mean NADPH. So beta will be the right option. 32. In the process of photosynthesis, water actors. Listen here. Water act as electron donor. Okay. As I have already explained in the previous MCQ. So beta electron donor will be the right option. 33. During photosynthesis, CO2 works as. You know very well why plant carry out photosynthesis? To synthesize carbohydrates, and carbohydrates are produced by the reduction of carbon dioxide. When the carbon dioxide molecule will be reduced, when it will accept the proton. Okay, so it act as proton acceptor. 34. End product of Calvin cycle is simple, very good. Glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate is produced in the result of Calvin cycle. Okay. 35. Which of the following molecule contain amino acid? So very easy. Cellulose is a carbohydrate, and carbohydrate do not contain amino acid, so it is not the right option. Sucrose is also a carbohydrate. Ascorbic acid is a carboxylic acid. So the only one option, that is collagen, it is a protein, so it contains amino acids. 36. Hydrolysis is the breakdown of polymer into its monomer by the addition of Charlie water. Very simple. मैं ज़्यादा एक्सप्लेन नहीं कर रहा MCQs को, क्योंकि ये MCQs बहुत ईजी हैं और मेरे ख्याल में ये आपको ईजीली समझ आ रहे हैं. फिर भी अगर कोई कन्फ्यूजन आपको रह जाए तो आप कमेंट कर सकते हैं about any MCQ. Okay, which of the following is not a carbohydrate? So simple. Carbohydrate must contain aldehyde group or the functional group. So glucose contain aldehyde group, so it is a carbohydrate. Sucrose is also a carbohydrate, it is a disaccharide. Ramenose is a monosaccharide, but lactic acid contain carboxyl group, so it is a carboxylic acid. Alpha hydroxy acid, it is not a carbohydrate. 38. Due to its high heat of vaporization, water plays important role in living organism. Very good. You know very well, evaporation causes cooling effects, so water act as cooling agent. Okay. 39. Which molecule do not contribute to the formation of biological membranes? Very easy. Nucleoproteins are found in the nucleus. Actually, the chromatin material or the chromosome is nucleoprotein, so it is not found in the cell membrane, but it is present inside the nucleoplasm. 40. Which of the following molecules would yield glucose and fructose on hydrolysis? So glucose and fructose, these two monosaccharides are found in sucrose. When sucrose is hydrolyzed, then glucose and fructose are produced. 41. Terminal ends of chromosome are called, simple, very good, telomere, are present at the terminal portion of chromosome, just like this. Here is the telomere. Okay, or here is the telomere. 42. The gap between two neurons. If he asks or he talks about the gap, then we will answer synaptic cleft. But if he used the word junction between two neurons, or the junction of neuron where two neurons meet with each other, then synapse will be the right option. Okay. 43. The part of brain which controls the body temperature in human being, you know very well, hypothalamus is involved in thermoregulation. 44. A long extension of nerve cell is called axon. You know very well, axon is a long fiber. Okay. 45, which is a steroid hormone? As I have already told you in the previous discussion of 2023 NUMS paper, hormones of gonads as well as hormones of adrenal cortex both are steroidal in nature. So here cortisol is secreted from adrenal cortex, so it is steroidal in nature. While what is the nature of adrenaline? Adrenaline is amino acid derivative, or you can say catecholamine. Insulin is a protein, thyroxine is amino acid derivative. Okay, 46. The molecules responsible for conveying messages from one neuron to another neuron. Obviously, the answer will be neurotransmitter. No need of explanation. Okay, 47. Which enzyme works in alkaline pH? Simple. In the Punjab textbook, table is given. If we see the pH of pepsin is 2, so it is acidic. pH of sucrase is 4.5, it is also acidic. pH of enterokinase is 5.5, it is also acidic. But if we talk about the pancreatic lipase, its pH is 9, which is alkaline. So the right option will be delta pancreatic lipase. 48. Considering enzyme action, minimum temperature is the term used when? The minimum temperature when inactivated enzyme become active again. So the right option will be inactive enzyme getting reactivated, delta. 49. Which option is correct about the non-competitive inhibition? So the first option is malonate. Remember, recall your topic inhibitor. Malonate is the competitive inhibitor, so it will not be the right option. Okay. Charlie, competition for active site? No. Non-competitive inhibitor always bind to the allosteric site, so no competition for active site, so it will also wrong. Delta, inactive enzyme getting reactivated. This option is not related to inhibitor, so the only option which remain, that is enzyme shape distorted. Actually, when irreversible non-competitive inhibitor bind to the allosteric site, it causes distortion in the enzyme shape, in which result enzyme become denatured and product is not produced. 50. Which type of enzyme would be most active in your gut after eating the loaf of bread? Bread contain carbohydrate. So which enzyme will digest the carbohydrate? Obviously the answer will be amylase. Okay. He presented the theory of origin of species by means of natural selection. Very easy, delta Darwin. 52. Which is not a mode of action of an antibody? Same MCQ is repeated in 2022 as well as in 2023. इसका मतलब ये है कि MCQs रिपीट हो रहे हैं, तो इन MCQs को अच्छे से आपने याद रखना है. ओके, सो हियर द राइट ऑप्शन इज secreting cytokines. Its explanation has already been discussed in detail in the discussion of NUMS 2023. 53. Magnesium is an important nutrient in plants for the formation of. Obviously, magnesium is required for the synthesis of chlorophyll. You know very well, in the head of chlorophyll, magnesium acts as central metal atom. 54. Which of the following parts of respiratory system has no cartilage? Very easy. Bronchioles do not contain cartilage. Okay, larynx contain cartilage, trachea contain cartilage, even bronchi contain cartilage. 55. Enzymatic portion of the gastric juice is secreted by which mucosal cell? So the chief cells or the zymogen cell secrete pepsinogen, so the right option will be beta chief cell. Wish you best of luck to all the NUMS candidates. ये लास्ट वीडियो है, जाहिर है कल सैटरडे और परसों आपका पेपर है, तो मेरी तरफ से आपको बेस्ट विशेस. विश यू बेस्ट ऑफ लक. अल्लाह हाफिज़.